Welcome back, Wolfpack. Verlis here, and it's time to battle with Mega Gallade. So it's really awesome to see that Mega Gallade is kind of the counterpart to Mega Gardevoir, and it still has a really good amount of viability. Huge amount of attack at that 165, and a good amount of speed. Now, unfortunately, because of all the new Megas and a lot of new Pokemon, 110 speed ain't what it used to be, but it's still very strong. If you go with that Timid Nature, you can still get a good amount of speed priority over a lot of Pokemon, and it is a huge step up for Gallade to go from its lower speed to now 110, which is pretty nice. 165 attack is going to make it an excellent wall breaker, so let's just give it a lot of strength overall, and it has some decent defenses to survive with some good durability. Looking at its typing, Fighting Psychic. This is an interesting typing. We don't see it too often, so you're gonna have weakness to Flying, Ghost, and Fairy, as well as resistances to Fighting and Rock. So it's really straightforward when you kind of think it through, that the Fighting is going to help with that Dark weakness, and everything else is just going to kind of come through and balance out. So hopping into Pokemon Showdown, I was thinking like this would have been the excellent chance to maybe go with Super Luck or give it some kind of new ability that adds a +2. Maybe give it like a different lower amount of attack, maybe like a 145 attack, and then make sure every hit crits or something. And that would have been really awesome to see on Mega Gallade, because all it has is crit moves. Night Slash, Leaf Blade, Psycho Cut, Drain Punch for stab. Now you have a ton of crit and a lot of awesome things going on, but did get the Inner Focus ability, cannot be made to flinch, so now you don't get completely murdered by Togekiss. That would be a really nice thing to have as well, because I believe with that special defense you can actually survive an Air Slash, then dish back a pretty solid hit. So looking at the rest of the stats that Mega Gallade has, this is where we start to see, you have to go with that Jolly Nature, you have to get as much speed as possible, and I was thinking with this moveset, go with the Baton Pass Focus Energy. Drifblim can actually do that, so you could get some defensive stats, a Focus Energy, and now everything's going to crit and do an awesome amount of damage. But going into a more standard set, it's pretty much the same idea, is that you're going to go with a ridiculous amount of coverage, because Mega Gallade does have very excellent coverage. That this seems like the ultimate Baton Pass Pokemon, that if you get any amounts of stats into it, it'll run away with it. Little extra speed, little extra offenses, little extra defenses, and then Mega Gallade can go and sweep a team, because it just has excellent coverage from there. That this just kind of shows some of the moves. You don't have to run this exact set, but it just kind of gives you ideas. That Zen Headbutt, if you want to play around with the accuracy, you sure can. Going to be a very strong stab move. Knockoff is going to be extra coverage. Close Combat or Drain Punch. Close Combat's pretty much going to make sure your opponent goes down. Like a 165 base power Close Combat, ooh, that's gone. That opponent's going down for sure. And then we have an Ice Punch to just round out the rest of your coverage, hit Dragon types, and all sorts of things like that. And it can work out very well. That the Ice Punch does make up for that fighting really good, so it can all balance out. We also have a lot of other moves that you can bring, like Swords Dance setup into all the other stab moves and whatnot. I was thinking Swords Dance is very good, that instead of investing the attack, you can invest into the hit points, survive a hit, use as much speed as possible, and now your Drain Punch is going to heal you back up to full in a matter of a couple hits, and then you still have good coverage from there, Psycho Cut, Leaf Blade, or any of these other moves, and you're going to be very solid. So Mega Gallade runs very just as an unpredictable, wide coverage, fast Pokemon, and it can work out really well. If you just support it a little extra, it can take your team to that extra mile. And then we just kind of have another idea I was thinking about, is that with its high special defense and its access to bulk up, you can go with a bulk up Drain Punch set that you don't care about the speed anymore. Just kind of going, well, I'm a 340, 361 on the hit points and special defense. If I use bulk up 2 times or so, I'm just going to be able to heal most of my health back from Drain Punch, and then you can set up with all the other coverage that you want from there. And that's pretty much how I see Mega Gallade running, is that you can run this bulk up set, that if they don't catch it at the right time, you can wall them out special defensively really well. You have a really good amount of gaining defensive bulk that'll eventually take them over. Then you'll have a high amount of offenses and a good amount of sustain, so that's not going to be bad at all. And then if you want to run, you can Baton Pass into them, or you can just go for Coverage Sweeper, and it'll be a very strong thing to have. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope you all have a nice day.